Social dynamics are weird sometimes, you know, because like a lot of times we'll correlate so many different things to like aggression, right? Like the growling, the looks, the this, the that, which is, it's not wrong. Like those things can, in some cases, obviously be aggression. Roo, you're being brave. What are you doing? We equate all those things to aggression. So what we wind up doing is trying to just kind of proactively nitpick all that stuff away. And it just kind of, it may with some dogs temporarily get them to just avoid each other, but it doesn't solve really the root issue, right? Of that social problem that they have with each other, them learning how to just communicate more appropriately, right? Because like I said, it is okay. It's normal that dogs are going to want to communicate boundaries with each other. It's just like there's this ceiling that we have to put on it. Right. All right, so fill me in. What's going on?
I didn't realize that Claire was laying on the couch.
Yep.
And so it was outside go potty time.
Yeah.
So Vern's like, okay, I'm ready. And I go and let Roo out. And Roo's like, oh, I'm going to go see what's going on in the family room.
Yeah.
And then I
Chaos.
just heard explode. And so then, come on.
Yeah, sure.
So then, when I came over here, she was on her back.
Roo was?
There, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it all in a fetal position.
Yeah.
And Claire had her and was shaking her.
Yeah.
And I picked up this fucking log.
That's the problem is like with a lot of them, like once they get in the zone with that, it's like, you know, their kind of pain threshold goes kind of through the roof. Okay. So there's only so much you're going to do.
Picked Roo up by her rib cage. I thought Roo was dead.
Yeah.
And brought her in there. And I'm thinking, okay, you see on TV throwing water on dogs. I did that, didn't do anything.
Yeah, what a mess.
A big tray of antler sheds
that
we've collected.
Sure.
I picked those up and I just threw them.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when they hit Claire, then they hit the floor, that ping that they made.
Yes.
Claire stopped and looked, and I wasn't even thinking. I grabbed her collar and I put her in a crate.
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, you know, Roo was screaming, bloody, bleeding. And I am still traumatized.
Yeah, that's tough. And he is fine with Roo currently? Okay. Have you had them together since the incident? You haven't had Roo with any of them since? No. I understand. Yeah. Have you had situations where, like, you know, Roo's on that side of the gate, they're on this side of the gate, or have you even kept that, like?
No, I'll let them go up.
Okay.
And
both of them?
Yes. I'll let anybody go up once, and as long as it's quiet.
Yeah, sure.
But the one thing, and I've noticed this twice with Claire, is when she came up and Roo was there, she, like with horses, I call it on your forehand.
Yeah.
But I saw her.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The like forward posture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And almost like parked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I'd never seen a dog do. So I just said, Claire, come, and got her away.
Yep. And the reason why I asked is obviously I understand big picture goals, like, wow, we would love to be able to have them all together again, right? But like especially after an incident like that, like I definitely understand like how traumatic that could be. That's why kind of why I asked, like I said, like, what is the goal moving forward then from the standpoint of like, are you in a position where you're like, oh my God, like, you know, like the goal still is like, we want to have them all together with each other. We want to overcome this.
I can live with putting someone in a crate. We also have crates in the back.
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, Claire, and segregating.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Sure.
And then down the road, we'll see. But because she's not my full-time dog.
It'd be a different story if Roo was like your full-time dog, right? Like, and it's like, the goal is obviously like, this is the family, right? We kind of need you guys all to get along, obviously. But since that's not the case, I'm a little bit more okay with saying like, let's find a compromise here where maybe we could make sure we're not making anything worse, right? Okay. But like, maybe we don't go full bore, like letting them totally together with each other, right? So let's do this. What I would like to see, because you did mention that Claire's passed out in there already. Since you mentioned that Claire was doing a little bit of the awkwardness at the gate that you were seeing, and you said you just kind of redirected her away when you saw that. Okay.
Yeah, I did a recall.
So what I would like to see is we're gonna let Claire out here, and I want to just see if we don't intervene, what she does.
Okay.
And then depending on how that goes, maybe what we'll do is we'll put a muzzle on her, and I just want to see what her interactions are going to be with a muzzle on.
Okay. Female.
Yeah.
A female shepherd.
Claire.
No, her and that female shepherd got into supposedly over a wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, she came to us with holes in her.
Yeah. Claire. Hello. Doesn't seem super interested in what she's doing just yet. Claire. Claire. Well, she's intentionally staying away on her own, which is, I would say, a positive. Claire. Claire. Have you had any situations since the incident where you've needed to correct her for anything regarding Roo?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
What types of things?
The growling,
Yeah.
and I've corrected Roo too.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, when Claire would go to up to that gate.
Yeah.
And then start that growling bark.
Okay.
Thing,
Yeah.
and I did that.
Yeah, because you could tell she's definitely intentionally avoiding this area, right? Which is fine, right? Like, I have no issue with that. Yeah. But you could tell it is pretty clear. Like I called her over the one time, but then she like very quickly was trying to get away, right? So she's clearly understanding that she should not be messing with her too much, right? So that's a positive. So yeah, let me grab a muzzle out of my car. We'll put one on her, and then we'll see if we can progress this along a little bit more. So what we're gonna do here, we got the muzzle on, so worst case scenario here, obviously nothing's gonna happen.
Okay.
We'll make sure everything's okay. I'm gonna let Roo out. I wanna kind of see what their interactions look like. I've got her remote at the ready where if something does happen, obviously I'll be in a position to intervene and correct, and we'll just kind of supervise it and see what we get.
Okay.
So do you want to,
Nothing from us.
nothing from you guys yet. I wanna see what happens here first.
I know everybody's heart is racing 150 miles.
Yep,
Trying to,
I get it.
ground myself. You ready?
Yep,
Okay.
let it rip. So there's that posture that you were talking about, obviously.
Yes, that's it. And the tenseness.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's okay to be,
Sorry,
that's fine.
I want to really just watch this for a minute. Once it settles for a minute, I'll talk through some of this for you. Okay, so far so good, right? I don't want to say it's okay, the tenseness, but we have to allow the dog to work through it,
Okay.
right? If we're constantly micromanaging that, that is a peak moment where she's thinking about, I'm going to make a decision or I'm not going to make a decision, and we're preventing her from doing so, and she's never going to learn one way or another.
Okay.
So I need for that to either play out where she makes the correct decision, as she did, and then she kind of, all right, loosens up on her own a little bit, or for her to make the decision to try to do something and then learn you absolutely cannot do that thing,
Okay.
right? But we have to do it in a safe way, obviously, which is why we have the muzzle on here. Now, a very positive thing here right now that I will say, Roo clearly has the hackles and stuff, which no big deal, obviously, but she doesn't seem petrified of the fact that this dog tried to kill her just a little bit ago,
Okay.
right? So that is a positive thing as well, because a lot of times if there's a really bad incident and it was never resolved quickly after the fact, you will see a lot of, like, we'll call it grudginess, right?
Okay.
Where they're just very, very, like, both unsure and tense around each other, you know? So this is good. So far, so good. Hi, Roo. How's it going?
Well, it's because it's David magic here.
Yeah, you know. And there's a degree of, the muzzle on does kind of suppress behavior a little bit.
Okay.
But like that moment, that's why I like let's just watch this for a minute. That is such an absolutely critical moment right there where it could flip on a switch, right? And you just got to be ready for right when the decision is made one way or another. But any weirdness from our end where we go, Claire, hey, like, you know, like we start getting uncomfortable and doing something awkward, that will trigger the problem in a lot of cases. She's falling asleep over here now. Yeah, this is good. And this is like really, this is why I asked about like what's the goal here? Because like if our goal is like, let's just make sure there's not a problem, but like let everybody kind of decompress before we worry about getting everybody back together. This is the first thing I usually recommend doing is just do this for a while, you know? Like 3 months, 4 months, whatever. Just every now and then, whenever you think of it, throw the muzzle on, get them together, make sure they're getting comfortable with each other, you know? That way, like worst case scenario, if you keep them totally separate outside of that, at least we're making sure if they are together, there's less probability that there's going to be a problem, you know, in like an emergency situation or something.
Okay.
How many horses do you guys have here usually?
8.
8?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it would have been more than that actually.
It
Do you
could
board
be-
as well, or are they all yours?
Well, 2 of my friends, no. 2 of my friends have horses here.
Got it.
And then it's Michael's
Nice.
competition horses.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, this is the starting point though.
Okay,
I would just do this, you know, and
okay.
let them work through it. I mean, I'm very happy that she ultimately made the right choice, you know, which is good. And that's what I mean about like resolving the issue. Like it is important after a dog fight that they have that moment where they both have this like standoff where it's like, you know, this is what happened before. It never, you know, never got like solved or anything like that. And they make that decision of are we going to re-engage or are we not going to re-engage? Not too shabby. Why don't you go ahead and walk over here? I'm just curious if she follows you or not, or if she stays there.
Yeah, I mean, she's with him constantly.
Yeah, sure.
It's nothing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for her to be
Yeah,
out in the barn with me doing stuff for 14 hours.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
And she just followed me around.
Yep. And I'm actually okay with that as well, right?
Okay.
Growling by itself is not so much the issue, right? It's really what it turns into.
Yes.
So right there, if anything, Claire kind of came into Roo's space. Roo set a small boundary there. And actually, Claire did the exact thing that we want, which is she disengaged and went away. So that was fantastic as well, actually.
And Renee's EKG went like
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Well, the thing is, because I'm not knowledgeable, this
Sure.
isn't
Yeah,
my
yeah, that's
thing,
all right.
And
Social dynamics are weird sometimes, you know, because like a lot of times we'll correlate so many different things to like aggression, right? Like the
Yes.
growling, the looks, the this, the
Right.
that, which is, it's not wrong. Like those things can, in some cases, obviously be aggression. Roo, you're being brave. What are you doing?
I know you were an appetizer.
That's so funny.
I'm trying to help her get that thing off.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we equate all those things to aggression. So what we wind up doing is trying to just kind of proactively nitpick all that stuff away. And it just kind of, it may with some dogs temporarily get them to just avoid each other,
Okay.
but it doesn't solve really the root issue, right? Of that social problem that they have with each other, of them learning how to just communicate more appropriately, right? Because like I said, it is okay. It's normal that dogs are going to want to communicate boundaries with each other. It's just like there's this ceiling that we have to put on it.
Right.
You guys got big Thanksgiving plans?
Not too much, no.
No?
Just a friend coming over, and we still have all our barn chores, and,
Yep.
which is fine.
Sure.
Love taking care of them.
Yeah.
How about you?
Not a ton. My wife just took a new job, so she just started it last month, and she got dealt like the absolute worst holiday schedule, where she works pretty much every single day surrounding all of the holidays. So it'll be pretty low key this year. All right, so whenever you want, have at it.
Do you want me to call Roo so she sees it?
No, it's all right. I'm sure she'll come out once she hears it. Very good. And then you can go ahead and pet Roo, see what happens. Roo's playing keep away.
Hi. Hi, this is
And you said you did not see what like happened when it started?
No, because I thought Claire was with him.
So far, so good. I'll tell you. I mean,
Okay.
since that initial like awkwardness, like they're loosening up. This seems pretty good.
Because I went and opened this up thinking, okay, now we're just gonna go out to go potty.
Yeah,
And Roo trotted in that, but like she just
And then it
did,
just-
and then
just
hell
happened.
broke loose.
It may have been a toy or something. Resource guarding. Maybe she was chewing on a bone up there or
Now,
something. Or
Could Claire have been resource guarding him?
I don't think so.
Because there was never one
Yeah.
problem when we had Lucy.
Some of it also can just be like the right recipe of things all at once. Like maybe it was a toy mixed with like she was sleeping and then was startled awake and then suddenly there's, you know what I mean? Like it just could be like all of the right things aligned at once.
Because she lays on that brown blanket up there.
Yep.
But I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I gotcha.
She didn't go with me.
Yeah. But this is, like I said, all things considered, this is very positive what we're seeing right now. I mean, they're being pretty calm around each other currently. So I'm going to have you now, again, go ahead and interact with both of them. We'll see what we get.
Hey, dear. Look at that deal. Look here.
It's good. I mean, even that was pretty good right there. Because we have obviously a much more heightened state of arousal currently. All right. Pretty good. And the last thing we're going to test in a second here is I see you got your treat jar over there. I'm going to have you in a minute give them each a treat, and I want to see if that turns into an issue.
Make a little bit noise.
Yeah, right.
You just tell me when.
Yeah, go for it.
Sit down. That's American canine training.
There you go.
Down. I'm gonna keep it down.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think this is in as bad a shape as you might have thought.
Okay.
They were definitely awkward at first, right? But I think that really was the like, this incident happened and then we've just been separated since, and I don't know what the heck is going on,
Okay.
right? As we've had them out, they've loosened up with each other. We tested the high arousal stuff. We tested interaction. We tested treats. Let's say hypothetically something were to have happened, because obviously you need to be prepared for that, obviously. I had her e-collar all the way up. Right away, I would have just marked with no,
Okay.
and I would have just tap, 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 right until I get
Okay.
disengaging,
Okay, so
right?
you're doing-
Oh yeah, I'm not even, I'm making sure right off the rip I'm setting that message.
Okay.
And then let's say like true emergency situation happened and like whatever, the muzzle wasn't on, something happened, she grabbed a hold of Roo or something like that, because I know you said you didn't know how to break it up, right?
Right.
The quickest and fastest way to break up a dog fight, assuming, do they always wear the flat collars in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Grab that flat collar,
Yeah.
straddle over top of her, and just pick straight up. You're just
Okay.
doing a rear naked choke, basically.
Okay.
Like they will spit out right, like it literally within 10 seconds, they'll just let go at that
Okay.
point. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah, most people try to like hit the dog with something
Yes,
or throw
yeah.
water on them or any of those types of things. I just find like, especially when you have these like dogs with these pain thresholds that are so high,
Okay.
it just doesn't work.
Okay.
But like if you cut off the oxygen source, like they have to open their mouth.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that is the safest and fastest way to break up a
Okay.
dog fight in an
Okay.
emergency situation, right? But I really think, like I said, as far as the expectation setting is concerned, you need a little bit of time to just like recover from the incident,
Okay.
which is very, very understandable, right? I think what I would be doing here over the next, we'll say through the end of the year, is I would get a muzzle. So if you don't already have one of those, get one off Amazon. I'll send you exactly the one to get.
Oh, thank you.
And what I would do is I would start doing for, I don't know, an hour every couple days or something like
Okay.
that. Let them out just like we did.
Okay.
Don't do anything yourself, obviously, right? Just let it happen, supervise it, and just be ready on the e-collar if there's going to be a
Okay.
problem, right?
Okay.
And you'll see after about a month or so of doing that, they'll hit a point where it'll be very neutral. You could then start testing things with the attention and stuff. The only thing is if you go to do that and start testing, hi Roo, right, where you're petting, I know, whatever. You don't like me, that's okay. And you do the petting and all that kind of stuff, right? Make sure somebody else is in charge of the e-collar then at that
Okay.
point. Because it gets really hard sometimes when you're the one interacting
Yes.
to be supervising all of the little things
Yes.
that are going on,
Yes.
right? So I like to have one person be the one interacting and then I'm there kind of on the e-collar just in
Okay.
case, right? But I would do that through the end of the year, we'll say. And then at that point, you just got to ask the question of like, okay, cool. Like, am I just like still not ready to pull the trigger on moving to the next step of like fading the muzzle out? Or am I ready to do it and we want to look at next steps and then we can kind of go from there with it.
Okay.
But that's what I would do. Well, let's real quick before we do it, because we didn't test this, why don't you interact with both of them? And I just want to see if there's anything different with you.
Okay. Roo, come here. Roo,
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to be like out of the picture.
come here.
Bruce said, I don't want you to pet me either.
I know, Claire.
And this is the hard thing, right? Because like Roo is kind of like a grumpy dog. We know that, right? Nobody's strangers to that, right? So like you, at this stage with Roo, like you're only going to do so much with that. Like
Okay.
I would really focus on just holding her to a higher standard. Like let that stuff play out. If Roo does give a little grumble or a growl, right? Like she's just got to walk away at that
Okay.
point.
Because Roo ain't gonna change.
Roo-
That's perfect.
I mean, you could make it incrementally better, like over time with certain things, you know, but like, yeah, I mean, like Roo does Roo things. I think in the meantime, what I would probably continue to stay on with Roo, she's still big with this jumping and like looking for things and stuff. And I think if you chip away at some of that stuff a little bit
Okay.
more and you're in a position to start correcting those things, I think you'll see her not walking around the house so like this,
Okay.
you know? I think that might be productive as well and will help Claire out too.
Okay.
So.